Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. Because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
Last night, something happened that no one could have predicted. Millions tuned in expecting laughter, songs, or playful banter. Instead, they witnessed a raw, emotional moment between two of China's brightest stars, Liu Yunning and Zhao Lusi. And what they revealed about Yu Menglong's mysterious passing has left the entire world in shock. Stay with us because what unfolded wasn't just another live stream. It was a turning point in the way we see celebrity, grief, and truth. Under the glow of digital screens, fans across the world logged in expecting lighthearted fun, yet what they encountered was something entirely different. The live stream featuring Liu Yunning and Zhao Lusi began with the same anticipation as countless other broadcasts, but almost instantly the tone shifted. It was not the easy laughter of entertainers promoting their latest projects. Instead, an air of gravity settled into the silence between them. Every pause, every glance exchanged carried a weight that viewers could feel even through their devices. For a community used to carefully curated smiles and controlled narratives, this moment stood apart as something raw and unfiltered. Liu Yunning, known for his confidence on stage and ability to command the attention of tens of thousands, seemed visibly unsettled. His words faltered, his usual charisma dimmed by the burden of grief. When he finally spoke, the tremor in his voice revealed more than the statement itself. His admission that the truth behind Yu Menglong's passing remained uncertain shattered the illusions of certainty that fans had clung to. It was not an explanation but a confession of vulnerability, a rare moment where a public figure allowed the mask of professionalism to slip. Beside him, Zhao Lusi's silence spoke with equal intensity. Normally radiant, her subdued demeanor carried its own message of loss. Tears threatened to break through her composure, and in that fragile quiet she offered something far more profound than words: solidarity in sorrow. The two of them together created a portrait of grief that was unmistakably human. The significance of this live stream lay not in delivering new facts, but in opening an emotional space. Fans did not come away with answers, but with a deeper sense of connection to the pain shared by those they admired. It disrupted the polished surface of celebrity culture, reminding audiences from America to Korea, from France to Indonesia, that behind every spotlight lies a human heart capable of breaking. What began as another casual broadcast became a collective moment of truth, one where the unexpected silence of two stars echoed louder than any headline. When the moment finally arrived for Liu Yunning to speak, the world seemed to hold its breath. He had been silent for several minutes, his eyes lowered as though searching for words that could never quite capture the enormity of what he felt. When he finally raised his head, the steadiness that usually defined his presence was nowhere to be found. His voice wavered, carrying a tremor that betrayed the storm beneath his calm exterior. What he revealed was not a neatly packaged explanation or an official statement. It was something far more disarming. He admitted with painful honesty that no one truly knew what had happened to Yu Menglong. The investigation was ongoing, and there were no answers to ease the confusion or grief. It was a simple truth, yet it carried with it the weight of despair and uncertainty. For fans who had been clinging to rumors or speculations, the impact of his words was devastating. They had hoped for closure, for a moment of clarity that could ease their restless grief, but instead they were left facing the very same void that haunted Liu Yunning himself. The absence of certainty, spoken aloud by someone so close to the tragedy, stripped away any illusions that the entertainment industry could always provide resolution. It was as if the star himself had opened a window into his vulnerability, letting the audience see not the polished performer but the human being caught in the same helplessness as everyone else. Beside him, Zhao Lusi's silence became its own revelation. She did not need to speak, the emotion etched across her face, the way her lips trembled as she tried to hold back tears, revealed the depth of her sorrow. It was an unspoken acknowledgement that sometimes words cannot contain grief. Her presence next to Liu Yunning reinforced the authenticity of the moment. Together they showed that loss is not something confined to private spaces, but something that can shake even those who are constantly in the public eye. What they revealed, ultimately, was not just the uncertainty surrounding Yu Menglong's passing. They revealed the fragile humanity of stars who are often perceived as untouchable. They revealed that grief does not respect fame or status. And in choosing to share their raw, unfinished truth, they invited the audience to join them in carrying the unanswered questions, creating a bond of shared vulnerability that transcended the screen. What made this moment resonate so profoundly was not a breaking headline or a shocking revelation, but the way it stripped away the illusion that the entertainment industry is immune to pain and uncertainty. In a world where images are carefully managed and every word is weighed against public expectation, Liu Yunning and Zhao Lusi allowed themselves to appear vulnerable. That vulnerability mattered. It reminded audiences that even those who live under constant spotlight are not exempt from grief, confusion, or the need to simply admit, "We don't know." It was a confession that cut through the noise of speculation and conspiracy theories, offering something far more human: honesty. For viewers across the globe, this moment bridged the distance between star and audience. People in different countries and cultures felt the same weight because it touched a universal truth. Loss is something everyone understands. It did not matter if you were a fan from Seoul, Paris, New York, or Jakarta. What mattered was seeing two people, admired for their talents, grappling with emotions that could not be staged. The power of that connection lay in its authenticity. It was not about carefully chosen words but about pauses, glances, and a trembling voice that carried more than any press release ever could. This moment also mattered because it broke a pattern. For decades, tragedies within the entertainment world have often been smoothed over with rehearsed statements and distant acknowledgments. Here, however, the veil was lifted. Fans were invited, perhaps for the first time, into the fragile reality that their idols face when confronted with the same mysteries and heartbreaks that ordinary people endure. It created a shared emotional space where silence was no longer an absence but a language of its own. In the end, what matters most about this live stream is not the lack of answers, but the courage it took to stand before millions and admit the absence of clarity. It was an act of respect to Yu Menglong, an acknowledgement of his impact, and a recognition of the grief felt by countless fans who mourned him. By showing their humanity, Liu Yunning and Zhao Lusi gave permission for others to grieve without certainty, to accept that sometimes the most powerful truth is not knowing, and still choosing to remember with compassion. Chat rooms exploded. Thousands of messages poured in: condolences, prayers, frustration, confusion. Fan communities began organizing tributes. Online memorial pages, candlelight vigils, and even charity donations in Yu Menglong's name. For some, the live stream was heartbreaking. For others, it was strangely healing. It allowed people from across the world to share the weight of uncertainty and loss, as if grief could be carried together. Beyond the live stream, a new conversation. What made this moment so powerful is what it unlocked. Conversations about mental health and entertainment, about the pressure young stars face, and about why transparency matters. Instead of another carefully packaged statement, audiences saw something real, fragile, and deeply moving. Imagine this. In the future, stars may no longer hide behind PR teams when tragedy strikes. They may step forward raw and unguarded, the way Liu Yunning and Zhao Lusi did. That possibility changes everything. This live stream wasn't about answers, it was about truth, vulnerability, and connection. And sometimes that's more powerful than any headline. If you felt moved by this story, don't forget to subscribe to Update X24H, where we bring you the stories behind the headlines, the moments that matter, and the voices that need to be heard. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates that will keep you informed and inspired.